What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey 672 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over Landon Dickerson, the second round draft choice at center for the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, the best center in football going into the NFL and being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Brian Baldinger had a lot of things to say. He talked about the Eagles draft for a bit, but he liked most of our draft. That we covered a lot of spots for the draft. He loves Devontae Smith, but I'm not going to get into all that. I want to get into what he said about Landon Dickerson. He even says Landon Dickerson could beat out Jason Kelce in 2021 for the starting center job, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I want to read kind of what he said about the injury scare. You know, obviously 2 season-ending injuries for Landon Dickerson, 2 knees, 2 ankles. So it's not a pick for this year, in my opinion. It's a pick for next year after Jason Kelce retires. So I want to see what, you know, Brian Baldinger had to say. Okay, he says he's my favorite player in the draft. He's close to Colts All-Pro left guard Quentin Nelson, as I've seen in the last 3 years. He just wants to be great. Nobody knocks more people down in college football than this guy. He's as nasty as they come. He'll start the fight and finish the fight. Nick Saban has called him the best leader they've ever had. He's just a culture builder. Going to play the Cowboys, you want this guy leading you out of the tunnel. He'll make everybody around him better, everybody just like Quentin Nelson did in Indy. I know there are injury questions about him, but I didn't have any problem with them rolling the dice on this kid in the second round, because if he stays healthy, he'll be the best lineman in this draft. He might take over center Jason Kelce this year. He's 50 pounds heavier than Kelce. He's much more physical. We all love Jason, but he's flirted with retirement the past couple of times, and his body isn't getting any fresher. His strength is on a perimeter and getting to the second level. This guy has Jason Peters type power. He just knocks people in the dirt like over and over again. When you're going against Dexter Lawrence and all these big nose tackles in the league now, I don't see anybody backing this guy up. You look at those defensive tackles in the SEC that are 320, 330, 350. He didn't have any problem with any of them. I think he could be the best center in football, but if you want to put him at guard, I'm okay with that. The way he pulls and runs and knocks people down, he looks like Hall of Fame guard John Hanna out there. That is pretty crazy from Brian Baldinger to say, okay? Is there a chance to see Landon Dickerson beat out Jason Kelce this year? I don't know if that's the case. Okay, he's 50 pounds lighter. He might be more physical because obviously Landon Dickerson, I've watched a lot of tape on him. He eats linebackers for breakfast. When he gets to the second level, you can't stop Landon Dickerson. He's physical. If he's blocking nobody and he sees one of his guards having issues with their blocking, he'll go up and side and blind pancake somebody just for no reason, just because that's how nasty he is. But there has been some rumors that Landon Dickerson, obviously Howie Roseman has said that he's not redshirting this year. So he's going to be active to do things, obviously, but, you know, we'll see if he hits the field. But there could be a time where they might move him to guard. Maybe he'll be better than Isaac Seumalo. Maybe, you know, they might move him to another position. I don't know. They could try him out at guard. I have no problem with it. I would like to see him in some preseason games, see how he does. But, you know, you're taking a huge chance with this pick. This is a A-plus pick if this works out. Best center in football, best center in college. He could be the best center in the NFL. This is a guy that was supposed to be drafted in a top 25 pick. Okay, Landon Dickerson, if he didn't have these injuries, I mean, you never know. Best lineman in this draft. Obviously, Penny Sewell will be right behind him. But obviously, for their positions, they are the best. So there's a lot that goes into this pick, guys, like me. Am I a big fan of it? No, but I'm a big fan of it for next year. Definitely. I think they should have drafted someone to start, you know, day one for the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2021 season. You know, if you drafted a corner like Asante Samuel, even if they weren't going to draft JOK, you should have just went after a corner. But this pick is a C- for me, or a C+ for me. I think I had it as, but obviously it's only because of the formula. It's not because of the player. It's not because I think he's a bad player. It's because obviously the injury scare and what you're getting yourself into with this pick. Okay, I went before this draft. I kind of said I don't want us taking a chance on players, which is this is the type of taking a chance pick that you're taking because of his injury history, and that's where it gets kind of crazy. Brian Baldinger thinks he could beat him out. I think out of a formula, he could probably beat him out, maybe. But is it the right choice, the right idea? I have no idea. But I think what they should do with Landon Dickerson is obviously try him at a couple different positions, at least try him at left or right guard, and then kind of just, you know, obviously learn from Jason Kelce. And he's very polished, guys. And Jeff Stoutland is the offensive line coach. And Jeff Stoutland is the best offensive line coach for the Philadelphia, in the whole league, definitely the best. You know, you take a guy like Jordan Mailata that never played football before, so it's easy to move him position to position. And look what he turned out to be. And I think he's going to be even better. I think he'll be one of the best left tackles in the league. But then you draft a guy like Landon Dickerson that's already well polished enough in what he could do. And you see some really great things out of it. So I'm very excited to see what Landon Dickerson brings to the table. It's physicality. He's a tone setter. He will build the culture on that offensive line. He will lead that offensive line in the coming future. But I am praying to God, if Howie Roseman, he's already worked out one pick that has worked out very well for us in Devontae Smith, and it will become greater. If he lands this pick, okay, with Landon Dickerson, and it becomes an A-plus pick, I'm telling you right now, Howie Roseman's going to stay in this building, and yeah, this is what's going to happen, guys. Obviously, we're not fans of that. I'm not a fan of keeping Howie in the building, but if these two picks work out in Devontae Smith, now you have Landon Dickerson that, you know, I don't think he's going to start over Jason Kelce this year. I just don't think it's going to happen. But at least he will be active during training camp. He'll be ready for training camp. He'll be good to go. So there's really not much, you know, to go for with it. So I'm happy about the pick. I'm comfortable with the pick, but obviously the injury scares and all that stuff. So he seems fine. I mean, I've seen some training videos of him doing things, and he seems like he's just ready to put a helmet on for the Philadelphia Eagles and do some good things. So I'm very excited. I think it was 6'6", 200, 325. I mean, just crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And just how physical he is. He's got very violent hands. So, I mean, Brian Baldinger covered a few videos on Landon Dickerson and say, look how and he's nasty, guys. He will pancake anybody. He will put his hands on somebody, and he will not let go. He tosses people around like it's nobody's business. So, let me know what you guys think about Landon Dickerson. Do you think that he will actually start over Jason Kelce this year? I don't believe it. Obviously, I think because if he was healthy, he probably would. You know, I don't know. Jason Kelce's a starting center this year, but you never know at this point. I just don't see him being a backup ever. It's like disrespected some way, but at the same time, I think Jason Kelce could still play. It's obviously he's been contemplating retirement for a while. So obviously the Eagles drafted a center. That's really good. Potentially could be really good. So they must have some insight that Jason Kelce is probably going to retire after this year. Obviously, like, I don't see them drafting this guy if they think Jason Kelce's not going to be here, or if they think he's going to be here. I don't know. Like, I feel like they already have an answer on what Jason Kelce is going to do. Maybe he feels like this is the last year for his body and, you know, wants to move on with his life and his career and whatever he wants to do. And the best center for the Philadelphia Eagles, Hall of Famer, you name it, that's where it is. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys later. Shakes, what up, fellas? So peace out, guys. Peace.